But this ability is not to be taken for granted, for you are also renowned for creating the seemingly impossible, challenges which seem impossible to overcome. But as Bill Clinton once said, there is nothing that is wrong with America that cannot be cured with what is right with America. Noting how our greatest attributes are commonly our greatest flaws, how our open-mindedness can give way to waffling, or our passion and exuberance to stubbornness and arrogance. Even our diversity can lead to our splintering off into 1,000 different directions, all of which the next generation of leaders must find a way to overcome, to take on the torch that has been passed on to us as a beacon of light and hope and faith and tolerance and awareness throughout the world. We must find a way to keep this torch burning and lead the way. We must be willing to change our way of doing things. We cannot sit and speculate that repetition of the same actions will yield different results somehow. The next generation must be willing to step up and take action to fight against our current trends, where friendships across the political aisle are seen as traitorous, and critical questions and thinking heretical. Even strong-minded ideals and opinions are viewed as divisive. We have broken away from our pragmatism, from the very foundations of our country which have led to our greatness. True leadership knows it must cross social, political, and economic lines to do that which will benefit the most in need. True leadership is courageous enough to stand in the face of popular opposition for that in which it believes, answering to a higher code of ethics, actions, and motivations. The four-way test demands strong leaders question the veracity of their thoughts, actions, and deeds, to question if the truth in what they are saying, if it really will benefit those it is set out to, and if so, will it be fair for those that are involved? Will it be conducive to building better friendships, opening the lines of communication, leading the way for effective service rather than shutting them down due to petty personal squabbles? The next generation will have to strike a balance between those attributes which have led to our swift ascension to the position that we hold today, and those attributes which may very well lead to our downfall left unchecked. But we must not shove the problems of today and of our country onto a generation yet unborn. We should not stand and sneer at the efforts of those we have placed in political office. We must remember that this is democracy, and contrary to popular belief, politicians are not bred in a waste dump 30 miles outside of Oklahoma. They are our representatives. They personify all of those attributes in us that we hold dear and true ourselves. They are us. And as such, if we, as Hubert Humphrey once said, we all must be willing to become critical lovers of America. Patriots who, out of their faith and love for their country, constantly seek to improve it. Remember? To not ask what our country can do for us, but what we can do for our country. It's a concept that has kind of become lost in a way, for often now citizens separate themselves from the idea of their country. Somehow we forget that we are our country, that there is no America without us. There is no government, there are no policies, there are no officials. There's nothing. For in a democracy, as Justice Louis Brandeis once said, the most important position is the office of citizen. We have an obligation to each other and to ourselves to demand the same things from ourselves as we demand of our most exalted figures, elected or not. To turn the same critical eye at ourselves and ask what we have done, what we are doing to benefit our country and our fellow men. To ask if our own actions are truthful and our words fair. Gandhi once said that you must be the change you wish to see in the world. And we have this obligation to ourselves and to each other to demand that we question what we are doing in order to grow and become greater than what we already are. We must not forget who is the heart of this great being that we call America. Why we are as wondrous, as free, as brilliant as we are. We must not forget it begins with us first.